ready to play, but can you see?
Connor has the puck, and a great shot. One to the second, and that's the score. There it is. Oliver Connor gets the first score of the game.
It's Burley hits a three! Leo scores! Burley back the other way for the Raiders. Burley shot! Score! Sophie Burley finds the back of the net from the face-off circle, and with 1:14 to go, the Raiders take a 3-2 lead.
And we're back for an all-new Black Red Blitz. As always, I'm your host, Rebecca Cahn. Boys basketball would kick off this week's episode after a tough 7-13 season, missing the playoffs. The Raiders would open up this new season on the road just to see Zavarian dominate them. But that loss would do little to erase any high hopes this team has, as quickly Wellesley would come away with a hard-fought win at Weymouth the very next game. So on Tuesday, Wellesley, behind their three new captains, Max Guifrey, Will Jackowitz, and Jack Wazell, would look to keep that momentum alive here for the home opener, as these Raiders would tip off the first game of a much-anticipated doubleheader between the Walpole Rebels. Opening up this first quarter, Ryan Murray and Ben Zimmerman rained down the threes. The Walpole stays right on track with Wellesley as they create three-point plays of their own, old style. Battling inside, James Randall gets the contact, makes a shot, and one. As this first remains close here, Ben Zimmerman with another shot from downtown helps make it an 11-8 Wellesley advantage. But switching it up briefly in this second, Rebels take the lead back right here. Brett Von Klock open in the paint, banks it in for a Walpole two-point edge. Then quickly off the boards on the other end, Walpole in transition, Jordan Washburn sees Isaiah Shepard ahead. Shepard sinks in the fast break layup, Raiders call timeout, and Rebels have a 4-point advantage, 19-15. Fast forward to the third, Raiders would show a lot of effort here, crashing the boards themselves and making solid plays like this one, as Alex Barron not only gets the offensive rebound, but gets fouled and sinks it in for a clutch and one. That gives Wellesley a 29-21 lead. Jordan Washburn would answer right back though for Walpole as he picks up the loose ball, calmly steps back, and nails the tray. Wellesley still closes out the third though, leading 39-33, but still can't pull away with this game yet. And so it's not until we hit the midway point of this fourth and final frame where the Raiders define the outcome of this game. Sparked first by this corner tray by Ryan Murray, whose shot could not be more clutch. It's late in the fourth. That makes it a 9-point Raiders lead, before Jack Wazell dishes it inside to Max Guifrey for the dagger and one. Ryan Murray in three-point beast mode lights it up from downtown once again, and that shot can officially make this game, as Walpole can't recover from a double-digit deficit, and the Raiders make it a final here. It was a battle for most of this game, but Wellesley worked hard for their first victory at home, pulling away in the fourth and winning 57-44 over the Rebels. And that puts these Raiders at 2-1 early into their season. Well, as we stay right here for more Raiders basketball, the girls would be up next, ready to finish off this divisional doubleheader. After last Friday's shellacking of Weymouth, there was one key player who was missing on the court in that blowout win. That would be junior captain Kelsey Zarl. Well, Zarl would be back in the lineup for this one, ready to go against the Rebels. So whatever injury it was that held Kelsey Zarl back, looks like nothing is going to stop her now. Just a few seconds passed from the opening tip-off, and Kelsey Zarl is going full speed, no hesitation, right to the basket, and scores the first 2 points of the game. Then, top of the key, Zarl makes a move, Nicole Beckett dishes it, and Kelsey Zarl banks it in. 4 points go to Zarl. Off a Rebel turnover, Zarl then gets the fast break layup and one, and just like that, 38-2 Wellesley, just barely 2 minutes in. 6 of those belong to Kelsey Zarl. Rebels would have their own offensive weapon as well, with Captain Kelly Fogarty coming off a lights-out 41-point showdown against Brookline. Fogarty, with the hot hand still, drains his tray to stop Wellesley's 6-0 run, so it's an 8-5 Raider edge. But his second 6-0 run in this first by the Raiders will be helped with another Rebels mistake. Dorian Cohen gets it ahead to Kelsey Zarl for 2 more points, a 14-5 Wellesley lead, and a Walpole timeout. Well, for the Rebels, Kelly Fogarty, if she's going to have another breakout game scoring, well, meeting up head-on with Raiders' suffocating defense, that's easier said than done. Despite these 2 blocks, though, Fogarty does get possession back and makes a shot, but it's still a Walpole 14-7 deficit. So with the Raiders in command holding a 25-14 halftime lead here, we head into the 3rd quarter. Raiders defense is relentless, no surprise, and it comes at you all game long. Especially leading the charge in this game is Tri-Captain Leo Sperling, as this quarter definitely sets the tone for the game, and it's all Raiders. As each minute ticks away, the lead now is 33-16, with these 2 points going to Brooke Threefree. Bad news for Rebels, fantastic for Raiders, as Kelsey Zaro swings it outside to a wide-open Leo Sperling, who drains it from downtown. And that is how you do a 13-2 run, open up the 3rd. Walpole, out of desperation, now has to call a timeout. Well, the Raiders might as well start chillaxing here, already up 38-16. And so in back-to-back games, Wellesley completely dominates their opponent. And this time, the Rebels are held to only 35 total points as a team, because I don't think Wellesley is ever going to allow a player to come in put up 40-plus points. Just saying. So the Raiders demolish the Rebels here as a final 57-35. This win completes a great night for Raiders basketball as both boys and girls take care of Walpole, sweeping the Rebels by a combined 35 points here at home. Well, after giving it their all in the MIAA playoffs last year, losing just barely in the first round to a tough Franklin team who would eventually be the Division I South state champions, this Raiders boys hockey team would already have to face some tough challenges to open up this new season. Gone are key players like seniors Carter Huff, Kevin Ward, Sean Cox, just to name a few. Standout freshman Owen O'Connor has since left, and Ethan Murphy, who made solid contributions as a junior last year before going down with a tough injury, is not able to play this year. But that just means now is the time for others to step up. We saw plenty from juniors Zach Dowdy and Nathan Brown just a season ago. Well, now they are senior captains, and knowing how to win, both will be ready to lead with experience. Goalie Teddy Darcy is more than qualified to replace Andrew Johnston, who was solid in net. Mix that in with a ton of young players eager to play, and the big guys like Teddy Goss and Jack Hubbard overpowering the first line, this season should be fun to watch. Winning on the road at Quincy and Weymouth, the Raiders would now have a much tougher test in their home opener, also against the Walpole Rebels. Defensive opening period gets us a scoreless tie heading into the second. Momentum looks to be all Walpole, as their offense just lights up here. In the neutral zone, Patrick Donovan quickly takes the puck and feeds it ahead to Tyler Page. Page gets by Chris Carey and just buries it glove side for a Rebels 1-0 edge just minutes into this period. Less than 20 seconds later, Cameron Martin sees the puck deflect off Ryan Keeter's skate. Gets possession, flies down the ice and from the slot. Martin's slap shot doesn't miss, finding the back of the net. And suddenly, in a matter of seconds, Wellesley finds themselves down 2-0. Though we're still in this second period, you could say the dagger already comes right here, as Michael Timson's wrister gets deflected, but suddenly the puck completely drops down and somehow bounces off the ice and into the net. What a crazy deflection. I mean, how can you even defend that? Put that down as an insane play, but also unfortunately put that down as yet another Rebels goal scored in this period, the second from Tyler Page. Wellesley would give very few opportunities here offensively to even try and get a shot on goal past goalie and tri-captain James Corcoran, which is not only frustrating, but you can't make a dent in any kind of deficit in any sport if the opposition continues to dominate time of possession. Walpole wouldn't score again in this third and final period, but they already did enough damage in the second. So that 3-goal advantage goes for a final here as the Rebels shut out Wellesley 3-0. But it has to be on to Needham next. Wellesley will look to get back on track during winter break. For now, though, this goes down as their first loss of the season. That does it for this episode. A quick reminder, as we go into winter break, there aren't too many Raiders games to cover as 2016 comes to a close. But you will find the highlights all right here either on Black Red Blitz or on demand at wellesleymedia.org. You can also check us out on our YouTube and Facebook pages at Wellesley Public Media, and of course right here on Comcast 9 and Verizon 39. Thanks for watching Black Red Blitz. Go Raiders!